Howdy, howdy, folks. Welcome to Babble with Bronies. I am your host. My name is Everlasting Joy, and of course, joining me as always are my good friends Twilight is Magic and Mr. Ben. And joining me today is our very own
Hello.
Matttheshadowman. Sorry.
No problem.
Now I know what I forgot. No prob. Easy fix. I forgot to open my show queue. But it's up. All right. You ready, Matt? We don't have a lot of time to waste.
I'm ready.
All right. Some piece of news. Buck returns. The British UK Brony Convention. Yeah, it's finally back up. It begins in 2016. Hope I pronounced the acronym correct, or the abbreviation correctly.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, 9th and 10th of April, I believe.
Yep, 9th and 10th of April. This is their wording. They've got Daniel Ingram already announced. The
You have no
show's.
idea how excited I am about being able to go see him for when I go there for that. Because yeah, just I'm not even gonna put my cards all on one place. I'm going. So
I wish I could.
I went to the last one. It was amazing. So of course I'm going to be going to the next one.
Heck, I wish I could go to some of mine, the ones near me, but too far away. That's what happens when you live in the middle of nowhere, folks.
Hey, I live in the middle of nowhere and it's a 5 hour journey, but it's worth the 5 hours.
Hey, I would do 5 hours is not bad. We
Yeah,
start getting out
5 hours
to.
in the UK is a long way.
Well, we start
5 hours in
getting.
America don't get you very far.
We start going 8 hours or more. That's yeah. But anyway,
Or just getting a flight. It's like no.
for those of you in England or the United Kingdom or therein, feel free to check it out. And if you want, of course, go for it. Other pieces of news, not much. That's about it in terms of news, but we do have some other little bits. For one, about the only thing I have is the movies. I know I've been spotty and I'm trying to get better at it. I swear. Our movies for May 20th, that's a Wednesday, are Tangled and Hotel Transylvania, in that order. If you are interested, stop by CQ, of course. You're already here, so I hope you know the website for those of you who are live and viewing. But it's at 7 o'clock on Wednesday, May 20th.
In other words, midnight my time.
Other pieces, I just want to throw some of these ads out here. Of course, if you, I know I have not done a good job of this, and I am sorry, but if you want to read a comic with me, if you want to basically be put in Matttheshadowman's position here to read comics with me, fill out this form. I will. I do look over it, and I do look for it. I promise. I don't have a lot of applications, so that's why you've been seeing a lot of repeats. And I'm sorry to say that, but there are not a lot of people on there. Anyway, and I feel like I've already just screwed myself over with that comment. Anyway, the point is, if you want to read a comic, fill out the application, people. Speaking of applications, of course, you can, if you wish to become a CQ staff member to volunteer here, fill out this form. We are looking for people right now, particularly streamers, particularly non-American streamers. So those of you in Europe or east, north, south, or east of the Greenwich Meridian, feel free to fill one out. Of course, if you lay west of it, that's fine too. Fill it out. Just because we are Just because maybe we aren't looking for something specific now, does not mean we will not be looking at it later. So bear in mind that if you are interested, fill it out. We still look over them all. We look over all of them. I promise you that. All right, Matt. We have one video and lots of art. And I'm sure I missed a comic release today. I know I did somewhere.
We got plenty of comic to do, so.
All right. But anyway, art or video first?
I think we'll go for art.
All righty then. Might be jumping around a little bit towards the end here, but you'll understand when we get there. But anyway, art first. How about we go with this one? This is one that I tried to grab last week, but didn't get a reply back until a little bit later after last week. Or a little bit earlier this week. This is Asimos's Trixie the Wandering Wizard.
Oh, that is so nice.
What drew me to this one were the colors, easily. I'm particularly tickled by the little red vest she's wearing. That was
awesome.
I
love all the clothing she's wearing, to be honest.
This looks like something.
But also, I just love the coloration in her eyes as well, particularly the irises there.
Mm-hmm. I like the lighting, like from the staff and that little flask she's carrying. That's awesome. Really nice work there. This looks like some sort of high fantasy type of story that should be made. Like Asimos should be the head of some story behind some kind of high fantasy like this. That would be cool.
Why do I imagine if it was from the writer of
What?
This week's episode, it would just be Trixie teaming up with Daffy Duck trying to be the ultimate wizard. They could do it in song, just like Daffy does.
Duck Amuck. That's still one of the best things ever written. All right, let's move on. Let's see. God. We have quite a lot of newcomers and even a few those who are returning. So we've got quite a batch here. Case in point, how about NC Mayor's Know the Final, Be the Final? I wanted to pick this one up for a couple of reasons. The biggest one being, I'm guessing that several of you, or at least a good chunk of you, not only watching the recording, but watching this live, that this is you about right now. Whether you're close to them, taking them, or finishing them up, this is you right now.
Unless you're an old man like me. But hey, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
Yeah, no kidding. I wish I had the t-shirt for that matter. Be finished and done with it.
To be fair, it'd just be a picture of Crazy Twire basically saying, I passed my exams underneath.
And all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
Yeah. Thing is, though, I think Twilight will never get the t-shirt. I think she will always study, even when she's the Grand Mayor. Ugh. She'll be studying even then. I could teach you give one whippersnappers a thing or two.
Quite literally. Christ, help me.
Ben.
This is NC Mares. Know the final. Be the final. And lots of debt. Yeah, let that stand as a nice little reminder for everyone. Everyone probably knows what I'm talking about there. All right, let's move on. How about this one? I think I see someone here, but I'll get back to that later. This one I want to do right now. This is The Nightbringer by Blue Spaceling. I hope I pronounced it right. It's yeah, Spaceling. There's that. This one was a Tim recommendation, and I wanted it for various reasons. Easily, I love this concept. The idea of Luna running across the sky, quite literally bringing the night.
Oh, wow.
Look at these color differences. This
I was
is
just,
gorgeous. Go ahead, Matt. Were you going to say something?
I was just gonna say the lighting on this is just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always a sucker for fantastic backgrounds, though, and yeah, this is definitely one of them.
Definitely. Good. Ben, I don't know whether to throw you out the window or just laugh at that comment.
He's just making reminded me of that the PMV. I'm trying to think what it's called now, but um, it'll come to me. But
I like this. I like the V drawing with between the night and the day. That was a great touch. I think I made that mention in the comment on this picture, but I need to say it again. I like this, cutting V type of maneuver.
she learnt it from the best. She learnt it from Rainbow Dash.
That good point. Or is it the
Where
other
is
way
it?
around?
There we go. Luna's Banishment, the Deep Edition. There we go. That's the video I was thinking
Okay.
of.
All right. Like I said, I'm going to go with this one next, titled Solar Flare by Looted. Been a while since we've had Looted on here for various reasons. Most of them you can blame on me, but this one was a Tim recommendation, and I wanted to get this one on for a couple reasons. One, we haven't seen Looted in a while, and I wanted to put her art back on here. But two, I really like the coloring idea with this one.
Oh, I really do love the style of her pictures. They are great.
They kind of have this gothic tone to them, almost. Maybe I'm not right on that styling, but work with me here for a minute. The coloring was what drew me to this one. Kind of that whole Nightmare Moon for Celestia thing.
I hate to say it, but it looks like that fire is coming out of. Yeah, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to be good.
One thing I really do like about all of this is the lighting, the red fiery stuff, or the color of how much of the page the fire covers. That's what I want to say. Why I like that so much is because not only does it really make Solar Flare there really stand out, but one thing that I really do like about this, it really makes the picture itself stand out. As in, it's very bold, very bright, brazen, in your face. It's really fun to look at because of that.
Well, there's still subtlety to it, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. I mean, yeah, you get drawn in because of obviously all the fire and the flame and everything, but there's still great detail in there.
She's good at that. She's good at that. You take a look at her other works and you'll see it. There's that. And let's move on, shall we? Which one do I want to go with next? We've got a lot of good ones this week. We really do. Okay, why don't we do this one? Now, before I go on, I'm probably going to butcher the name here. And to whom I butcher the name, I'm sorry. This is Skethlet's Night Celestia. This was another Tim recommendation. Skethlet. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing the name properly. But here is the link for you, Matt. Not much to. He didn't get much in the description. That's right. It was another one, but I wanted this one because I like these realistic kind of pictures, and I like military pictures like this one. There was another one that I could have picked up, not from Skethlet, but from another artist, and I'll mention who it is when we get there. But I decided to go with this one, partially because it's Celestia, and partially because I like the detailing on this one. I like this style of detailing a little bit more. It was kind of one of those. It was close, but I made my call, and I'm still glad I stuck with this one.
At least I know what the punishment's going to be if I steal Celestia's cake now.
Yeah, the old hammer, that old band hammer. You just know that's it's one of those. How appropriate! It's a band hammer. Okay, it's not a band hammer. It's just a hammer, but it's the internet. We moderate these things, and it's a band
I just
hammer
love the
for us.
I just love the idea that has how Celestia fixes things. Luna comes along trying to do it all technically and all like really intricately, and then Celestia just wades in with a massive hammer and just smites it, and then it starts working.
Sometimes just
Brute force and ignorance is the best way.
Yep, sometimes you just gotta brute force your way through it. It's messy, it sucks, but if it's the only way that works, then by George Washington's wig, you do it.
I do love all the little details in the background, especially with Cancelot in the far background there as well. Nice little touch.
I really like her smile. It's cute.
It's almost a kind of a I know what you did.
I think it's more.
I know what you did. I know what you did.
I think it's more of
and you're not going to get away with it.
I think it's more of like a I'm very proud of myself kind of smile. But that's just me.
That or she's got gas.
You're terrible, you know that?
Hey, I'm no worse than any other one here. Hashtag equality, hashtag Starlight Glimmer.
Speaking of Celestia, though, I do want to give this. Since we're on the subject of Celestia, let's go to this one. This is Assassin Monkey's Children of the Sun. He posted a song in there. I've been listening to it too. So, same song, or the song title is the same. Children of the Sun. It's by Two Steps from Hell. Can't remember. I can't remember.
I know of another Children of the song by Feeder actually. So
I can't remember who the guest singer is on there, but yeah, check out the song. I'm gonna say it. Ugh. Anyway, I mentioned that because quote, inspired by Thomas Bergenson's new single, Children of the Sun. Been listening to it so much, I kept getting ideas and inspirations to make something. What better than to make Sally Belly? Well, without the belly. Darn me for using this name, though. End quote. So, yeah. What drew me to this one? He had another one. And remember how I said there was a Luna military picture? I decided to not use it because just kind of had quite a lot of art here, so I just had to make my choice. But I wanted to include this one because of how bright it is, how colorful it is, and, well, look at that. That's pretty damn fierce, and that's pretty damn cool.
Okay, I take it back. That previous picture, that's when Celestia's basically thinking of being in the mood to attack you for stealing her cake. This is what happens when you do actually steal her cake.
Unless you're Discord, you're not going to get away with it.
Which is why they ended up being mortal enemies.
Isn't that how all great stories start, with something so innocently stupid, like I stole her cake or I took a bite of her cake, and then it just goes downhill from there. As they say, isn't it always? All right, let's move on, shall we? Let's see. I know I have not done a lot of comics. I don't have a lot of comics this week, so forgive me. In fact, I only have one comic that is not Toxic Mario's.
Hey, you're basically giving everyone a small mercy by not having to have me voice act too much.
I was thinking more that some, there are only so many comics. There are only so much. There's only so much I can put into 1 week. But anyway, how about we go with this one? This one was something I saw and wanted put in, but I will give mention to Twilight is Magic for also recommending me this one. So this is Quizia's Sunset Helping Twilight. And again, I hope I pronounced that name right. Quizia. Yeah, you can kind of see why I wanted to put this one in. I'm just kind of letting it speak for itself for a minute.
Oh, that's cute. And to think, just a few years ago, everyone was saying, worst villain ever.
Proper on
Look
a
where
steak
she
and
is now,
skewer her.
everyone.
Yeah, about that. To be fair, we didn't know what was going to happen in the sequel. For all we knew, it was going to be a truckload of garbage. But that seems to have changed. Anyway, Twilight is Magic. I like that one. Speak for itself or squee for itself. Yeah, ultimately, I wanted this one in for 2 reasons. One, it's unbelievably... No, it's not unbelievably. It's extremely cute. But 2, I like the idea of having her putting those ears and tail on. She looks darn cute in them.
Hey, as long as Quinn decide to do a Fluttershy one in this style, because otherwise everyone would just die. Literally, everyone would keel over from the cute.
Also, why does Sunset Shimmer look so good in a blue shirt? Or blouse, or whatever she's wearing. I'm assuming it's a shirt.
It's probably the color contrast with her hair and mane colors.
Yep, I was thinking just that.
Good old color wheels.
Hey, using colors is very effective. All right, let's go on. How about... Ooh. I'm going to go with this one next. Since we're kind of on the subject of what we weren't or what the future has brought us. This one I sent out and did not get back from until sometime early enough last week as well. But this one is Quiet by Nigel Von Wolf, another guy hasn't been seen on here in quite a while, and for that, most of that you can blame on me, and for that I'm sorry. But again, sometimes I just have to make a decision.
That's the problem with this fandom. You just have to make so many painful cuts because there's just so much stuff out there.
Exactly. Exactly that. Anyway, quote. It's still my favorite scene for season 5 so far, and I don't know what could top it. End quote.
Oh, I think I can think of a few.
Bear in mind, this was made before.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
So this, but anyway, yes, a high detailed picture of the quiet scene.
I just love because that point where you think, oh, here comes the friendship lesson, and then M.A. Larson decides to go, nope.
And the worst part about that scene is I don't know if they were satirizing themselves, satirizing the always friendship speech at the end, or of course the almost always third option. Maybe it was both. In which case, I don't care. That was funny.
We're definitely going to see Starlight. Yeah, we're definitely going to see her again, though, aren't we?
Oh,
We definitely will see
Starlight.
Starlight.
I don't know why they wouldn't. I mean, she got away. Why would they not bring her back? I just love this. The high detail on Starlight Glimmer just always makes me laugh to this one. Not even just in the show. I mean, in this image, strictly this image.
She looks like a character from Red and Stimpy right there.
That good old high detailing. And people, never mind. Shutting up. Moving on. How about? Wow, we are. I actually feel like we're blazing through this first hour. Not complaining, just stating. Let's go with this one next by our good friend Vest, titled Sustain. Blip, 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 blip. I think you'll like this one, Matt. I'll let it load before I start commenting on this one. In fact, I want you to start this one off. Matt?
My headset went on mute. It was me gushing away about how beautiful this picture is, and then I just disappear. But yeah, this is a wonderful picture. It really is.
It's Vest. I mean, at this point, what more can I say?
I just love the waterfalls in the background there. They are stunning.
Oh, I was just gonna say that. For those of you who may be new here, Vest, he's a professional colorist for comics. Go follow him on DA. You will not be disappointed. He's also been doing.
It's not like you can tell or anything, though.
Yeah, really. Yeah, it's not like you can really tell. But he's been doing this series of the other of the main 6 thus far, and thus far he's up to Fluttershy. He's been doing these for the past couple of weeks now, and I've been covering them. So check out the other ones, give him your support, and, well, of course, go after this one too. All right. Sorry. I've always been. How do I want to put this? I love showing stuff like this. I really do. This high quality stuff that. How do I want to put this? I love showing a variety of work on here. I do. Sometimes I get works like this. I get works that are extraordinarily professional, or if anything, close to professional. They're high detailed. They may be part of a series like this. Don't necessarily have to be, but these are the kinds of things that I love seeing in my DA inbox. I love it when I see these high quality pieces of work like this, or maybe it's a very long or very well done comic series, something like that. This is the kind of stuff that I get up for in the morning, or at least that makes doing this job all that much more enjoyable. I just want to say that right here.
And it just makes you think, I wish I could draw that well. I wish I could colour that well.
Yeah, no kidding. That's just it. It's just like, wish I could do that.
But hey, at least they get to share. We get it shared with us. That's one of the great joys of this fandom.
Exactly. All right, let's move on. I'll do this one. I'll do this one next. This is titled Marks of the Four Princesses by a new person, Ocean Blue. Ocean Blue Art is her full name. But I'm assuming the art's just like a this is my art section or something. Not sure.
Or there was someone already. Or there was already someone called Ocean Blue and took the name.
Either way, I want to show this one. This was another Twilight is Magic recommendation, and I like this one for various reasons. If you take a close look here at what it is, this is a folding and paper craft with paper cutting and Schnitt. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Long story short, and I know I'm probably going to get this wrong, but I'm kind of confused in the sense of how I want to go on. So I'm going to just move along here. What drew me to this one were two things. The concept, combining all the cutie marks into one drawing like this, or one. Wow, why am I at a loss of words on this one? The point is, I like the idea of having the cutie marks arranged like this, and the bigger one that got me, personally, was the symmetry. One of my favorite things when it comes to art, or any other kind of architecture, or, stuff like that, I love symmetry. I love seeing things, basically, whether they be a radial symmetry, a transitional symmetry, or I'm thinking of tessellations. Something like this is the kind of stuff I love to see, because symmetry takes skill. Oh, did I? Maybe I didn't send it to you. No, I did. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, we're up to Marks of the Four Princesses, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
It's a paper cutout. Okay, that's what it is. Again, sorry. I know I'm not the smartest person in the room here, so bear with me, Ocean Blue. I am sorry. But I like the use of symmetry in this one. The colors, the black and white as the dividing line between the halfway marks of them. It's a really well done and well thought out piece. And that's what drew me so far to this one. The other one was because not because of what it wasn't, but because of what it is. The fact that it is a paper cutout. That she put this together using paper cutouts. That's awesome. You don't see too many of these in the fandom. And I don't think I don't think. I think short of one other artist, this is the only one I've seen. So when I saw it, this very unique piece, I said, "Oh, I've got to show everyone this. Everyone needs to see this."
I hate to think how long it took to actually cut that, because you'd have to use like a really, really good craft knife for that.
But I think that's what let that stand as a testament to her skills.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let's move on. We have two here by a regular. No, I'm showing Alasso's work here. That's what I'm trying to say. Alasso, it's been a while since I've shown his work, but I have two pieces here, and I thought, oh, I've got to show both of them. First one is unicorn problems. Sorry. You guys probably saw this one earlier in the week, but I always like showing them regardless of that. Kind of lets this one speak for itself, but all I can imagine with this picture is if something like this were to honest to goodness happen.
Does make you wonder how often it must happen when you consider all these horns that these unicorns have. It must happen a fair bit. It's probably like one of the most common reasons why ponies in Equestria end up in hospital. It's like, oh, we got another one.
Get the eye patch. The only thing I could say that this is exactly how I could imagine it playing out. Maybe not with the book, but I don't mind with. I'm making it sound like I'm complaining about the fact that Twilight would hand a book to RD on how to cuddle a unicorn, but I'm not. I'm really not.
Rainbow Dash is probably thinking, you could have got me the latest Daring Do instead.
Or something like, you could have just not. How do I want to put this? You could have just kept that horn away from my eyes,
I'm not even going to go into why it ended up being that low, to be honest.
Tim.
Oh, that is brilliant.
You just know that's probably going to be it. I can just hear Twilight going, sorry. That's the cute part about this to me. There's that.
Rainbow's probably thinking, that's the last time we played Twister again.
Why does it always begin with Twister? And the other
I
one...
want to see a pony version of Twister. That would be quite interesting. It would have to be a much bigger playmat, considering they got more appendages that they can use, or better appendages, I should say.
Well, they're not
actually, no, they'd probably have to make it smaller to make it harder, actually, just thinking about that.
The other one that Alasso had this week was there's a new sheriff in town. Inspired by the last episode. Not by Appaloosa's Most Wanted. Quote, and she is extra spiky, end quote.
That pun.
Yeah, that's terrible. All I can see with this is just either some terrible Clint Eastwood type knockoff from Scoots, like, the squinting, or if anything, that hat is so big that it is quite literally covering her eyes, or at least almost covering her eyes.
But Sheriff Scootaloo, this is no sheriff that's chicken. You knew it was coming.
I knew it was, and there you go.
I just want to know why the base has got apples on the bottom of that cactus there, though.
They are in Appaloosa.
True, but it just makes you wonder if even the cactuses can provide apples to you if you just open one up. There's a desert apple inside.
That would be awesome. I just hope it wouldn't be as dry as a bone, but if it's like any other apple, I'd eat it. As long as it wasn't poisonous. The comments on this one. All right. Let's get to the comic. I was trying to help him buy a little time with this. Colt steal stallions, lose new friends, and keep discord at bay. And how did this get on here? I have no idea how that image got on there. Okay, give me a minute. I'm going to have to go to it in person. Give me a moment, folks. There we go. No. Ugh. Here it is for you, Matt. Here it is for me. Someone's going to have a field day with this, and they're going to pay dearly. You ready? We have Discord, Celestia, and Luna. We can kind of split it between Discord and the two princesses. Whomever you want.
I'll go for Discord.
All right. He starts, and yes, he is holding a Dragon Ball.
Oh God! I only just noticed that.
Yeah, don't worry, it took me a while to notice that one too. Whenever you're ready.
Right. The Grand Galloping Gala. How wonderful! We can finally spend such a fun night all together as friends. But what's this? Even after thousands of years, both princesses still attending the Grand Galloping Gala without a very special sun pony?
Stop it, Discord. You're just trying to make us feel bad. We don't need a special sun pony in our lives. We feel perfectly fine, even without some pony that loves us. About that.
Oh, much sadness there.
Oh, Tim. And stay out there. I do like this title, though. Lose new friends and keep Discord at bay. Yeah, low blow here, Discord. Low blow.
Though to be fair, you don't exactly. I mean, other than Celestia with Twilight, you don't exactly see the princesses mingling with what you could say are quote-unquote friends too much. I mean, we do in other media, so it's not a case that it's just the show. But
I know what you mean. Oh Lord! Speaking of the comic media, you know what? I'll say that for the next comic. Just remind me about. You probably know what I'm referring to, Matt, but just let me just make sure I remember it, okay? It has to do with Princess Luna.
Oh well, of course it does.
Okay, so again, hold me to that one if you have to. But anyway, let's move on. It's tax time. So let me bring him in, and one moment. Doot, 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 doot. Do, 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 do,
Yeah.
do. Tox?
Yep, I'm here.
Excellent. So,
All right.
you want to start with Bebop or you have no chance?
Let's go with the let's go with the I had no chance one.
All right.
As I think that was in order.
Yep. Let me bring it up. Here you go.
All right.
What do you have to tell us about this?
Well, let's see. For that particular one, let's see. I had to redo that one as a version 3. So the thing is, what I like about this one is that I have not drawn a kneeling character in quite a long time anyway. So this whole thing, the thing with Twilight is I always give her the main Kamehameha wave. So
Mm-hmm. Which makes
this one was the
sense.
version 3. Yeah, I mean, she's the only one I give a certain attack to in the overall pictures and stuff like that nowadays.
Hold on, Hux. I hear like a bird or something in the background.
Yeah, there is a bird.
Okay, carry on.
All right, so so basically so for that particular picture, that thing was basically so it was a version 3 of that one, and it actually came out really really nice because I really like how just everything flows on it.
All right. Move on to Bebop then.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Oh, and there is one other thing I forgot to mention about the DBC Twilight thing. That picture is actually one of the more that file that it's on the PSD file is enormous. It's way over 1.4 gigabytes, and I can tell you
Wow.
right now, using a 4 gigabyte RAM computer, that thing was almost crashing my computer every single time I was uploading it from one. Every single time I was working on it for about 15 minutes, it would just crash my entire desktop.
Oof.
But no, I love that picture. That's actually I finally got the Kamehameha thing going right without trying to wreck the whole body positioning.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
All right. Bebop. Now we have
Yes.
Sweetie Belle and Apple Blue. They're each with one line. Amongst the both of you, Tox and Matt, who wants who? And of course you can always
Apple
choose to sit out.
I'll just get Apple Bloom. This is really easy.
All right. Matt? Matt? Is your mic on?
Oh man.
Well, if we're going to become cutie mark bounty hunters,
Wait. You didn't mention.
Yeah, sorry.
You didn't mention it. You didn't mention that you wanted to do Sweetie Belle. I didn't catch that. Might have been cut off or
Oh,
something.
you did?
Uh-uh.
Oh, right. Oh, that's okay.
But
No
anyway,
problem.
if you want Sweetie Belle, that's fine. Anyway, I'm ready. Are both of you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Sweetie Belle starts, and whenever.
Well, if we're going to become cutie mark bounty hunters, we'll need to do it in style.
Then you have 3 rows of panels.
Why do I just hear?
Apple Bloom.
Why do I hear the A-Team theme song going on? Even though this is. Go ahead and finish it up.
I was just going to say that.
Well,
I was just going to say
now we're ready. So basically, yes, and then that one is now we're ready at the end. So yeah, basically this one, put it this way, the episode before it initially was aired, the synopsis for this thing basically was saying they're going after an outlaw
Mhm.
to get after their cutie marks. So what I decided to do was go with something that was bounty hunter, and I realized, oh crap, there you can do Cowboy Bebop. Now I have never ever drawn a crossover, comic before, so the this was new, and I literally had to one shot all those uniforms. And let me tell you this: trying to size up all 3 of the CMCs, which I haven't done, I have not put all 3 characters into one panel like that in over about a year and a half or so. That was an incredibly tricky panel to do, but it came out so freaking good. I love that panel so much. It was
just
so
gonna say
perfect.
that.
Because the thing is that the hardest character to put that form on it's not Sweetie Belle and it's not Apple Bloom. It was surprisingly, it was Scootaloo's with Faye. Now the thing is, everybody has their different opinions of which character is which. Now the thing is, I only went with the fact that Appleblom's the leader, so I went with her as Spike no matter what. And then you have, I didn't bother putting anybody as Jet because no one's really like the mechanic type, I guess, Scootaloo, if you will. But these are way too complex for me to do. And I went with Sweetie Belle's Ed because she's the crafty character in the show because you've seen it in Sleepless in Ponyville and a bunch of other characters where she tries to play the tricky role of trying to deceive characters and stuff like that, like Rarity. And then I went with Scootaloo as Faye. The only reason why I went with Scootaloo as Faye is one reason, because the fandom has this really weird thing about making like sexy Scootaloos and stuff like that and really odd stuff that I don't care about. So the thing is, I just went with that as a process of elimination that she was automatically going to get Faye no matter what. But her uniform is by far the hardest. She was the hardest one to get on because you had to get the top of the uniform had to be perfectly right. And the tricky thing is because you had to work around, the chest area of the characters. Is that the thing is you had to tighten it up a lot more on the uniform than what it shows in the show. So what I did is I tricked up the her scarf thing, that red scarf thing. I had to position that thing. That was a pain in the ass to get over the arms, especially the one on her perspective. It's her left, because I didn't really know how to position that over correctly, and I didn't really know how to tighten it around her bent arm like that. So but overall, this whole comic, I never drawn Appaloosa before, never drawn a crossover, and I can tell you right now that this whole comic was freaking awesome to me.
It turned out great. I did not see this one coming,
really
but I like this
No.
idea of a crossover like this. You should look into doing this a little more, man.
Only thing is, I don't want to do those more because I got my DBZ ones. How I just did a Revy Gilda one, which will be next week. Hint, hint, wink, 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 nudge, nudge. But the problem with crossover ones is that you have to get them right. You have to put them in the right setting too. And like I said, I still stick to canon stuff. So this is borderline. It's just they could randomly just get those characters like uniforms as random, but. Nah, I'm going to stick to what I do with DBZ ones and maybe a crossover single picture, but comics are once in a blue moon type of thing.
Suit yourself.
Hey,
It'd be a great way to expand out.
When are you going to do Where's
what?
Celestia?
Oh, I'm going to really punch you in your face because of that. He's going to want me to go overseas and just get seriously to strangle them, it looks like. Oh my god. No, I'm not going to do I will say this. I did a Where Luna. She's all saying ready to go. The problem is I'm trying to find the right time to upload it because I'm kind of backlogged on stuff right now because but I have to find the right time to release these things a little bit. But I'm not doing Where's Celestia. I could change people have said I could change the colors up on the normal Luna one. But I'm not going to touch that. Not yet. Hint, hint, yet.
This is all right. Let's move on.
So there you go. All right, Nito.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Tox.
All right, yeah. I'll see you guys next weekend then.
Yep. Later.
Yeah, you guys. Yep, later.
All right.
I am such a massive troll.
All right. Our one video also comes with a surprise guest appearance. Hopefully he's on. If he doesn't appear, I will just show the video, of course. Doot, 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 doot. I hear that sound so many times that I think I've got it memorized.
I have it silenced so I don't have to keep hearing that all the time.
If he appears again, hopefully he'll respond. Anyway, the person I was referring to was Adam the Amazing. He released a short video a while ago that, due to various reasons, I was unable to show. I think it was 2 weeks ago because we were showing the Nightmarity arc, and 1 week ago because I simply forgot about it. Anyway, this is Adam the Amazing 64's for the longest time. I'm going to silence the call, and I'll call you back shortly, Matttheshadowman.
No problem.
Okay, guys, I've been waiting 20 years for this, just like we practiced. No mistakes. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
For the longest time. For the longest time. If you said goodbye to me tonight, there would still be music left to write. What else could I do? I'm so inspired by you. That hasn't happened for the longest time.
I forgot to send it to you, didn't I?
I'm watching on the stream. It's not a problem.
It's just one of those, gee, I feel stupid things.
It's not a problem.
Anyway, here is the link for everyone. I'll try calling him one last time because... Well, because... Don't want to feel like I'm leaving him out or something. And he's still not responding. Alright. Well. Alright. He'll get the recording and hopefully we'll get an official word on that later. But anyway. It's time, people. You ready, Matt?
I'm ready.
Alright, and yeah, I forgot to get the rolls out again. But thankfully this comic is a lot nicer. You're either going to have Fluttershy and basically be the incidental character number 2, or you're going to be incidental character number 1. There aren't too many roles other than Fluttershy in this one. So who do you want, Matttheshadowman?
Since I went for lower roles before, I might as well go for Fluttershy.
All right. So yeah, you'll be the Fluttershy and secondary incidentals, so like for dialogue purposes. Right.
Yep.
All right, just to start some things off, yes, this is a parody of Snow White. This cover, again, I've got the digital up, so it's got the.
Thanks, Angel, for basically cueing us to go Daw.
Yeah, no kidding, right? It's like as if that was needed. But
it's like it's Fluttershy. Surely that's basically the byword for Daw. Anyway.
The story was by Barbara Randall Kessel.
I'm not too sure if I think this might be the only story she's actually done for the comics. I might be wrong on that, but I don't. The name doesn't ring a bell with any other issue.
Yeah,
that
I
I'm
agree.
aware of.
I haven't heard that name repeated either. Art by Tony Flex is his name, or Fleece?
Yeah, Flex.
Okay,
Yeah,
Flex.
And yeah, he's been a mainstay for the art here for the IDW comics. So
yep. I was going to say that name is. You see that name up quite a bit here. But anyway, we open in Ponyville.
Angel, isn't it wonderful to have an entire afternoon to do nothing except wander out to visit our little woodland friends? Gosh, I hope they're happy to see us. I didn't warn them and give them time to do any nest cleaning or shove discarded shells into their tiny tree closets. Oh, Angel, look!
Extreme Art Contest! Princess Celestia invites her subjects to display their works of outrageous creativity. Medals to be awarded. Extreme! Whoosh. Chomp. Lay running.
Lee Wham!
Now you're getting it.
Do you think any ponies saw me, Angel? We have to make sure they can't see a thing. Or any hint of what I'm up to in here. I would be so mortified if any pony knew what I've been hiding downstairs in my secret room. Oh, God.
Let's just let the audience's imagination color this one for us. Although, I'm going to say this one. Why do I imagine some kind of torture dungeon down there?
Why do I imagine it was Angel that set it up?
Right there, folks. Comment of the day. We're done here. Go on.
Or even that I have a secret room. Ready, Angel? See? Even she knows.
He.
Just imagine if they knew the truth. What I do here in my chamber of extreme knitting! I've also considered calling it the place of friendly pony grotesqueries! But I thought that might be a bit too much.
Not to mention completely contradictory of what she does.
What, shouting or knitting?
Knitting. She does beautiful works of art, not grotesqueries of so-called art. I digress. Carry on.
Here in my studio, I've turned a simple craft into a radical art that creates objects that scare even me, even though they were all made by my own hooves. Art sometimes takes control of you, Angel. Here I'm trying to show what I think and feel on the very inside, but it also has its practical side. Look, chicken cozy cups, both artful and practical. They'll keep their little eggs toasty warm. I wonder if Scootaloo's asked for one.
I'm going to ignore that for a moment, but that is adorable, those chicken cozy cups. Go on.
Oh, Angel, I want so badly to enter Princess Celestia's art contest, but I'm afraid of every pony's reaction to my art. That's why I've always kept my creations hidden away down here. What if they hate it? You're right, Angel. So what? I'll do it. In disguise. Oh, Fluttershy. Pre-season 5 Fluttershy. Here's a spot, Angel.
Help set it up, ma'am?
No, that's fine. I don't need any help.
It's what we're paid for, ma'am. No problem at all.
No, that's fine. Don't look at it! I mean, thank you for your offer of assistance, but it's very delicate. Very delicate. That's right. Walk away. Look at all these look at all the amazing pieces. My little sculpture doesn't stand a chance. I should have never brought it. You're right, Angel. I know I'll never know unless I show it. Lay whoosh.
The lays just add to the. They give it a spice. They're sentence enhancers.
Also giving us some sophistication of it being from a foreign language.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Princess Celestia will appreciate the symbolism inherent in the chaotic juxtaposition of my cutie mark melded into the transmortative spiral representing the process of personal maturation as experienced by an introverted artisan. I mean, that I hope that she likes my art because it's all about me learning to be brave.
Some ponies just don't understand art.
Oh my gosh, Angel, that's is it Praiserpan or
Yep.
Praisierpan?
Praiser.
Praiserpan, the infamous and savagely cruel modern pony art critic, and he's coming this way.
I love that cutie mark on Praiser Pan.
Why do I imagine that just being for any critic in Equestria? So you just get some food and it's got a massive axe through it.
Well, why am I picturing the scene from Mel Brooks' History of the World Part 1, where soon gave rise to art, and soon further still, the art critic. And the art critic pees on the caveman's work of art. That was a good movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out, folks. Some ponies think that a pot of glue and a pile of junk makes for art. Clean your barnyard without inflicting the remains on us, will you? And some ponies think that being able to swat paint across a canvas makes them an artist. I hear the sickeningly grinding of Pinto Picasso turning in his grave. And some ponies think that we adore seeing their little trite collections on display. They're confusing art with hoarding. Yes, some ponies.
Oh no, oh no. Oh my gosh, Angel. They're stopping. They're looking at it. Looking!
Glares. Now here's a rare specimen. Raw as in... here's a raw specimen. Sorry. Raw as in uncooked.
Oh no. I'm not ready for this.
This isn't art. This is
Ah!
craft.
Nicely done, comic. But don't you think, isn't it possible that the artist could have chosen humble materials to show a connection between the simple stuff we're made of and how changing into adults is complicated?
Excuse me? And what credentials do you have that allow you such a learned evaluation? Where did you study? Are you a contemporary of the arts? Of the artist?
None. I mean, never mind.
There is something intriguing about it, though. Sorry. Though, I wonder who the artist is.
I meant nothing by it. Pay no attention. Move along, please. There's really nothing to see here. Move along.
What?
I can handle this. I'm fine as no pony knows it's me.
That voice. Yeah, thanks, comic. It couldn't be. Butterflies? No. It absolutely cannot be. But my couture sizing sense is never off.
I love the idea. I love that as her special power.
My couture senses are tingling. Fluttershy!
No, it's not me, no.
Fluttershy, it is you! Why are you hiding under that dreadful shroud? You cannot wear that in public. I simply won't allow it.
But
Whoosh. Wait, no, they don't even give us anything, so I can't even make a sound effect to this. How am I supposed to make a sound effect without guidance?
the art does it for you.
What are you, mad? You? This extreme piece came from someone as inconsequential as you? Oh, we lost him. Just a minute. Yeah. Internet problems?
Possibly. I'm back.
Okay. Anyway, you remember where we are?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want me to repeat my line so as to give you the lead in or what?
No, I can carry on if you like.
Okay.
But I didn't want them to know that I was the artist.
Uninteresting. Dull.
Dull.
Unfashionable. Oh, ignore them. I too know what it's like to suffer the stings of an ungrateful audience. But you should be proud of your creation. Proud!
Oh, this is worse than my worst nightmare.
Hardly fit for competition. Yeah, feel free to throw in some of yours.
Tragic waste of materials.
I've never seen anything so trivial.
Amateur work.
I'd be so embarrassed if I made that.
Some pony shouldn't create.
Playground worthy at best.
It's very energetic. Energetic, even.
Nice.
I had a dream like that once.
Doesn't it make you think of spring?
Craft.
The artist is an expert crafts pony.
God damn it, Angel. Get out of the way of the word balloon.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm trying to read here, and I don't need you sitting in front of it.
And there is more proof that he is a massive troll. They're all right. It's terrible. I'm sorry. I'm no good. I didn't mean to offend you. I'll never make art again. You're right. I'm worthless. Worthless. I'm worthless and my work is awful. And it must be destroyed! Destroyed! Destroyed? No. No, I'm not going to ruin it. I made it and I like it. And that's all that matters. No matter what you say.
How delightfully original.
Princess Celestia!
Greetings, Fluttershy. I love what you have created.
You do?
Oh, right. I was distracted before. I failed to notice the subtle metaphors indicated by the swarming textile elements. Astonishing depth. Subtle.
Astonishing! They're saying nice things. They like it.
Of course, they do. Princess Celestia likes it.
And if they don't like it, they get fired into a first class ride to the sun.
Exactly.
Well, not every pony, but some ponies like it.
Oh, there are always critics, my dear. A true artist must carry on.
That meh.
Yep.
Meh.
Butterflies. I recognize that signature.
Fluttershy! Fluttershy! Fluttershy!
There's the belle of the ball.
This is so wonderful.
I like it.
Didn't know you had it in ya.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it awesome?
Crazy great.
I always knew she had designer potential. Just like me.
Why do I hear that as Rarity, like when she's angry or something? Way to go, Fluttershy.
At least you were kind enough to not get in the way of the word balloons this time, Angel. Though we nearly did.
Does she win the contest? Huh? Does she?
Who cares who wins? I feel like a winner.
That face on Celestia just kind of creepy.
Yeah, that's
Kind
not
of reminds me of
the...
the Twilight Micro.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tony Flex is not the... You know, he's not a bad artist, but there is occasional times when he can be a bit off model. And this is one of those times.
To be fair, it's early, so I'm just pointing it out just because, hey, everyone's a critic.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I'd say
very easy to criticize. Sorry, go on.
Okay. I say you look like one too. The startling originality and deep emotional resonance of your work puts you in the winner's circle. Yes!
Shudder in the back. Les shudder.
Les shudder.
Yeah, les shudder.
Later that week.
And that's how I learned you should never let your fear of being criticised stop you from expressing yourself through art. Especially if you have terrific friends to help you do it. Even though I suspect they do not truly understand the artistic impulse that drives me, which makes them even more terrific.
Let me go back a little bit. I'll let you guys get a good good sight of this.
Okay,
And
Twilight's face there is like she's like found a huge stash of books in wherever she's hiding.
Books. Kind of all on dresses. Good whiff of Jif. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there, Mr. Ben. Anyway, the comic ends with some with an advertisement for the Pinkie Pie micro comic. Before I say anything, yes, we'll get to that one after we do the Big Mac arc, which is next week. But before we get to that,
Oh man, that is so good.
that is so.
I have to get that out of the way now, but
But focusing on the Fluttershy micro, I'm gonna just get back to the first page and where's the? Yeah, I'll just get to the first page, the cover art. And in the meantime, as I get set up here, audience, Matt, first impressions. Go for it.
I think it's one of those fair weather comics, to be honest. It's not like one of the absolute greats, but there's nothing offensive here at all. Kind of a little bit like Fluttershy herself, really, I suppose you could say, in a sense. Not like that she's not great, but that it's inoffensive. It's very fitting with her character. It's nice that you get to see Celestia, but it's a shame that we don't see her do too much. But we'll get to that when we get to that, I suppose, when she has her own micro. But yeah, it's an enjoyable enough read. It's just nothing that's massively standout, really, to be honest.
I concur. This one is, as I usually call them, rainy day episodes. This would be a rainy day comic. That's a good way of looking at this one too. That's the way I see it. Not much to it, but yeah, inoffensive. It's not like the Rainbow Dash micro or something. So yeah, just enjoy this one for what it's worth. That's the best way of looking at this one.
But there's no one out of character. There's the sort of the incidentals that they bring in fit the purpose that they're there for. It's harmless. It's definitely worth a read, but it's not like one that rewards repeat reads, probably, really.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. strangely enough, let's see, we got through this in about 25 minutes between you and me reading this and even with jokes. This I do want to bring to attention. And this is just... I'm going to make this sound a lot worse than it really is, so bear with me for a second here, folks. But I do have a problem with this comic, and that is, strangely enough, the pacing. When I was doing the research and reading through this one, I got through this one surprised... Probably one of the fastest of the comics that I have done thus far. Now you say, it's the Micro. They only have about 24 some odd pages to them. True, but I felt like I breezed through this one very fast. Like, faster than I should have. And maybe that's just my reading speed speaking, but for what it's worth, there's a reason that how do I want to put this? I felt like I breezed through this one too fast. That there wasn't enough to hold me here and hold me to be interested in this comic long enough to make me go, okay, I'll remember that, or okay, that was significant. It just felt, as we've been describing here, it's pretty bland, pretty inoffensive, so there's nothing really, nor is there anything really significant or stand outish in a good way. So you breeze through it really fast, and that's where my only small gripe with this comic comes in, is just that I went through it pretty darn fast.
The thing is with comics is that you're not going to get... There's no happy medium for how long a comic's going to be, though. And the other thing you've got to remember, there is a number of panels in this comic that have no dialogue, which is obviously something that, is an issue, and this is something that I could probably have a minor nitpick with the art with this comic. Tony Flex is a fine artist. He's not the best, but he's far from the worst that we've seen in the IDW comics. The thing I will say is, particularly with this issue, is there's not really a lot going on beyond what you can already see. There's not that many Easter eggs. There's not that much. There's not much depth to the art in this issue in particular, and I think that does hurt it quite badly when you're using a character such as Fluttershy, who, while she is pretty chatty in this issue, she's not the character that you're always going to get a lot of dialogue from.
So what you're saying is while she's chatty, she's still not gonna say a truckload with like Rarity
Exactly.
or RD.
I think what they perhaps should have done is perhaps had a character like Rarity or it's someone else with her, which I think it might well been sort of what led to the creation of Friends Forever. But by the by, for Fluttershy here, I think she probably needed another character to stand with her to make it carry a bit more in terms of you wanted more dialogue. I mean, to be fair, it could have been just the choice of having it from just Fluttershy's perspective, and she wanted to hide her creative urges and her artistic creations from the others, which is a very Fluttershy thing to do. But yeah, I think what it is...
Cutting out there a little bit.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Do you want me to start again?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say the issue I think when it comes to pacing is because there's mostly only one character speaking and it being Fluttershy. Yeah, I think that's probably why it feels so breezy to read. And while you can complain about that, it's like you say, you're never going to get a happy medium in terms of speed of a comic. I would rather have a comic be not too wordy than way too wordy, though. I don't want my comic book absolutely filled to the brim with word balloons. I still want to be able to enjoy the art that I see.
Right, that I can agree with. I can agree with you on that, but carry on.
But I think the issue here, I think that's because the story is so incredibly simple as well. It's difficult to have been able to really put too much depth to it anyway, which obviously probably hurts it as well a little.
You mentioned a simple story, and I was going to mention that. So yeah, right out of my mouth, man. Right out of my mouth. Overall, though, yeah, not a bad comic. One thing I want to mention while I'm here is, speaking of Rarity, we've kind of been talking about her. I love Rarity in this comic. Why? we get a good moment out of her. Yes, we can even get them in the comics, folks, and when they're not focused on the character themselves. I know people might have said, why is she hanging out with Praiser Pan? Again, could be just a coincidence, or, like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that it was Rarity who found out Fluttershy, or found out it was Fluttershy, and who helped
I have an
say...
answer to why she might be with those, actually, but go on.
Okay. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Because it was also her who revealed it was Fluttershy and who stuck up for her. I like that. It's some great moments for Rarity, and people wonder why I like her so much. You were saying, Matt?
I'm just wondering if whether she was hanging out with Praiser Pan because she was part of the delegation of people that were basically there to give sort of criticisms to the art that's actually in the exhibition. I'm just wondering, she may not necessarily be friends vis-a-vis with Praiser Pan, but she was basically in the group of people that were basically there to give their verdicts on the pieces that were there. Mm-hmm. Just a thought. It might not be the case, but it's entirely plausible.
And it does beg this question. Does that really matter to the story overall?
No, absolutely not.
Well, as Q from Star Trek put it, lol, it's ponies. This, he was referring to life and the universe to Picard. He said something akin to, this universe is filled with wondrous treasures worth discovering, but it is not for the faint of heart. If you cannot tolerate a bruised knee, or in this case, the loss of about 19 of Picard's crewmen, then go home and crawl under your bed. Similarly, Fluttershy can hide her art in her basement forever. In essence, hide under her bed. Or she can take some of the arrows with her friends acting as support and actually get recognized, which could lead to wondrous things beyond Fluttershy's imagination, even beyond ours for that matter. Yes, I love Q a lot. He has some great moments.
Don't we all, though? Why do we all love Discord so much?
Good point, yep. Space Troll and Draconicus Troll.
Can you just imagine on his gravestone? Here lies John Delancey. He was an excellent troll.
I would imagine more. Here lies John, quote unquote Q Delancey. Wherever he is, he's probably picking on some space captain.
And then in tiny writing underneath, and probably teasing a few ponies too. He's just a gold mine for stuff, but let's just not go there. Anything else to say about this comic, guys? Matt or the audience? The only thing I can say is it's not too surprising that we haven't seen this writer before. I'm not going to be fair, I'm not going to really criticize the writer too much. You can criticize the pacing, but the actual dialogue that we have is very in keeping with the characters and very much what the characters would say. So I actually have no real issue in that regard. In fact, I think actually it's one of the better sort of portrayals of the characters from the show in the especially this early on with the comics as well.
Yeah, I really don't have anything to say about the writing in so much as just the pacing. Those are two different beasts entirely.
Yeah. It feels like a story that was sort of conceptualized and then tried to be made into a comic rather than written as a comic and then try and make the story fit into it. Mm-hmm. which
Sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't.
yeah, I mean, everyone has a different style. I mean, I could be completely wrong with how the comic came about, but it's just how it feels.
Mhm.
It's like the writer sort of basically clicked the fingers and went, I think that'll be a great idea for, because there are a lot of the because the way but I'm not too sure how it's so much with the main series, but with these micros, at least as far as I'm aware, from what Bobby Conroy has said from interviews and questions asked to him before, is the writers would pitch ideas to him. And then he'd obviously look through them, and then basically he would then select the ones that he liked, and then they would then go on and write the full story, and then obviously submit it again to IDW, and then they would then okay it with Hasbro and blah blah blah, and that's basically how these all come about. So it's entirely possible that basically the idea seemed even better on paper than perhaps what the execution was, but the execution is still not bad. It's just not perhaps as great as it may possibly have been.
Something we'll never know. Yeah, everyone's seeing shows. So yeah, I think that's about. I really don't have much more to say on this one, folks. So yeah, we're probably going to be ending a bit early here. So next week, let's see, it's the 24th. Yeah, trying to keep track of my schedules here. Next week is the 24th. We're going to be doing the Big Mac arc. So that's the whole thing, issues 1 and 2 of that.
Sponsored by McDonald's.
And Good Water. Good Water. EJ tested. CQ approved. So yeah, join us for the Big Mac arc next week. That if there's one comic, I would say, you know what? No, I'll shut up. Point is, join us. So,
if you've never read the comics, just come and join us because it's a fantastic arc.
It really is. In the meantime, I want to thank everyone for stopping on by. On behalf of Twilight is Magic and Mr. Ben, we want to thank everyone for stopping on by. And I especially want to thank Matttheshadowman for joining us today.
Great to be here.
Hey, no problem. Enjoy ya. As I said, next week, the Big Mac arc. And until then, farewell, folks.